I've talked about Final Fantasy VII Remake a long time ago, it feels, and I also apparently talked about Crisis Core Reunion. I'd forgotten I'd done that. I actually looked at my videos and went, okay, I don't have to do that again. Because I did play through Remake and Reunion ahead of Rebirth, so that the minor details were remembered. Obviously, the grand scale things I remember, even some of that from way back in 1997, technically. But a lot of those moment to moment, and especially some of the changes, it's good to be reminded of how it differs so that I'd have that preparation. And I'm glad I did it that way. But one of the things that I think we all had going into this was a feeling that maybe Aerith will survive, because we had Barrett go down in Remake and it showed that nothing was set in stone. Everything was up for grabs, things could change, and a lot of people were like, I'm so hopeful now. We don't have to see Aerith die for at least the third time. If you count the original Advent Children and this, there's probably other things where it's been shown, but this will be the most high definition version as well that we've seen, so we were all hoping that that wouldn't be the case. And we were all let down by that. But I don't think it is a letdown. I totally understand if they don't cheapen it and have some way of it coming back properly, not just in Cloud's mind. I'm fine with it. I can tolerate that. I can accept it. As much as I would love to have had a version of Final Fantasy VII where Aerith is in the final battle as an active combatant, right there, still alive. That is a dream that I've held for for a long time now, nearly 30 years. But I get it. It is part of the story. There is good reason why it makes sense to have that happen, as much as it might hurt again. As much as I did enjoy this game and spent over 100 hours in it, a good chunk of those hours were in the mind-numbing, sometimes, minigames. The first one had a few. I don't mean like the side quests and things like that. They were fine. But it's stuff like in this, all the Chocobo, sneaking up on all of the various... I did enjoy Queen's Blood. I really would enjoy a separate Queen's Blood game, absolutely, like a mobile game, similar idea. I would play that on commutes, whatever. I would enjoy that a lot. It'd basically be like Gwent, I think, for Final Fantasy VII fans. I'm fine, with that existing, but does it need to be so much? And the problem is, to max out your party synergy, your party XP, you have to do everything, and you have to get the highest marks in everything. I didn't do that. I respect my time enough. I wasn't going to do that. I got all the materia through Chadley, all that kind of stuff. I got the intel points, but that's where I drew the line. I wasn't getting the extra combat challenges. Doesn't matter to me that I missed out on, a little bit of that party synergy. I got everyone's final limit breaks on the grid. That's enough. But there's so much bloat here in the minigames. And the original game, yes, it could take a long time, but that was over the entirety of those 3 discs. So far, we're at probably like 160 hours-ish, maybe, between... If you don't count Reunion, because it's not explicitly part of it. So if you just count Remake and Rebirth, we're at least 160 hours, I would say, if you've tried to do everything. Probably more. And the third part's probably going to be a similar thing, where it's going to be maybe even if it's middle of that, we're talking 200 hours, maybe more. And does it need to be that? At least I haven't turned it into a live service game. That would be much worse, but still, it sometimes felt like I was waiting for the next thing to come. But also, with some of these side things, and again, not just talking side quests, a lot of that side stuff did have story things in it. There was world building. Yes, you could play through and not do any of that, and you still wouldn't have the core story ruined in any way, shape, or form. But to get a lot of the extra nuance and understand how this world works, because they have explored that and expanded, I will give credit for that, but tell it in other ways. Don't hide it behind 20 hours of doing one specific minigame and then like, oh, here's some interesting lore. I really hope that they've listened to feedback, because I know this isn't new. I'm not breaking any new ground by saying the minigames mostly sucked. But hopefully for the final installment, they will wind that back, they'll rectify it, and it will feel less of a slog, because we've only got so much time on this earth. But overall, even with all of that, yes, I enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed the other entries in the series, even going back to 1997, then yeah, enjoy it, play it, but be aware that it's quite a long investment of your time. Again, if you're going to get really your money's worth out of it, if you're going to get the best stuff. But those are my thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What did you feel? Did you feel it was bloated? Did you enjoy the minigames? Please let me know in the comments. But until next time, as always, thank you for watching and take care.